Welcome back to the channel. This is the second video and the world's first center seat driver's seat. Yeah, those words make sense. Volkswagen Mark IV. This is where the original driver's seat was. This is a spot welding drill bit that I got off Amazon. And I'm going to try to use it to drill these out. So, let's get into it. God damn. That cut exceptionally well. Alright, I'm going to go around and do all these. Alright, now I just got to do that a bunch of more times and see how that goes. All the holes are drilled, all the spot welds. I did mess up and I drilled out these, which isn't part of this seat thing, so I just I'll have to patch those up, but obviously there's more than just that, so let's see if I can get this off now. That was all the spot welds. Fuck. I see. There's two more on the side here that I gotta get, because it's attached to that brace there. So, I think I might just take this brace out because that's it's just for this. So that's got to come out anyways. So let's get to drilling that now. Oh, already got most of them drilled out, but that'll do. Is holding this goddamn thing in at this point. You know what? I bet there's more spot welds holding this plate in underneath. So I'm gonna have to drill this out anyways. Okay. Now I think I got all the goddamn spot welds out. I got my pry bar here. Ha ha ha. There we go. Hey. Hell yeah. Well, I was wrong. I did not need to do these spot welds on the side there. Well, you live and you learn. Now I know for the other side that I don't have to do that. Yep. So obviously went a little too deep on some of them, so I know, again, not to do that on the other side. But that's okay. Ooh, there's a couple holes in the car floor. Hey, I don't think that's gonna be all my problem right here. Oh, you'll be all right. These are easy to patch up. All right. Now painstakingly onto the other side. All right, passenger side. Seat mount is out. Did a lot better on this one, didn't go all the way through, so I just gotta clean those up, and then I can start welding all this crap. A lot less holes. I gotta weld a couple. There's one right there. There's a couple up under the wiring that I'm gonna have to get to, but I gotta clean this shit because it's fucking nasty in here. And then I can get this part cut out, start getting that floor welded in there. Gotta get all this goddamn sound deadening sealer crap off of here too. That's not gonna be fun. As you can see here, I have all the seat brackets out as you just saw. This is the piece of metal that's going to go on the floor here. I marked out every 2 inches where I'm going to put, I'm going to spot weld it onto the floor. Now let's see if I can drill it out here. Alright, well, that's one to go. One down, I should say. And ass load to go. I'm gonna have to fix that one. Should be able to see everything. Hopefully. Alright, so this is the floor. Basically, mostly sits flat. I got all the holes drilled out where I'm going to spot weld it to the existing floor. I got all the rust off the other side. There's a couple spots of surface rust here, but that's not going to affect anything. And then, just going to get this in here. We'll see how it goes here. Piece off. I'm gonna like jump around. Obviously, you don't want it to heat up or anything, so we'll see how much I can do that. It is getting there. Oh, my gross band-aid fell off. Just gonna keep plugging away at this and I'll be back. As you can see, the new floor is all in here. I do have some finishing work I need to do around the edges here, some grinding, but everything else is good. I got all the sound deadening off this side of the floor. I need to work on it over there. And I also got the pedals mounted up. Now they're not fully mounted up, they're just kind of sitting in place here. But I did end up relocating the entire booster and master cylinder under the dash. It was, you know, going through this hole. This is going to be easier for me to not do anything to actuate the brake lever. And it clears everything here. No worrying about that. Clears the shaft for the steering column. I can still get fluid in and out of the reservoir when I need to. And all I gotta do is run this line to the top of the master for the clutch. What I did is I welded an angle iron over one piece there, and this is bolted through it. So I can easily remove the pedals and the bolts, or I can remove the pedals, sorry, so I can get all this off so I can service it easier. And yes, for now I am going to be using the stock master and booster. Later down the road I might change it out to a chase base and get rid of the booster altogether, but for now this will work. So I'm going to leave it like this and continue on. Today, or now, I'm going to be drilling a hole right where that stud is, so I can have it come out right about here. That's where that indent is. I can have it come out there, so I can run the brake lines nice and clean. It's gonna be, this one is gonna, it's probably gonna run to a fitting that is going to be mounted here to this hole, like a T. One line coming off the master, going to this T, one going over to where that little round spot is there, and then, you know, one brake line going to that. I am going to be moving, I have the shift lines going out, or the shift cables coming out there. I am going to move them. I think I'm going to put them coming out right around this area here. It'll be a little bit cleaner, a little bit easier, won't be in the way of anything. So I think that's going to be my plan. So I'm going to get started with drilling that hole, see where that ends up, and then see about what I can do for brake lines and stuff. Oh, what is that? That is a brake line going to the stock spot, going through the hole that I drilled. Now, this is going to be not the brake line that I use, so don't think about that. I'm just using this as a test to get where I want. This is going to be bent so it's right up against this, the wall here, the firewall, inner tub, whatever you want to call it, and then it'll go up to here, which is being held in the stock spot. I have the same thing going on the passenger side. You can see that it's coming out right there. That's going to go down. It's going to come down, follow this line, go over, and then come up to where I'm going to have, excuse me, one of the T's. Now, I have the other front line in as well. Again, these are not the lines that I'm using. These are just test lines. I wanted to get them in spots so I can get a general idea of what I'm going to be bending the new lines to. And again, this is just for the front. What I'm going to do for the rears is, so this channel right here is where the rear brake lines pass under the car. This is where I thought I was going to drill out at first. That's right where the subframe mounts. So I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do, right over here is a body plug. I'm going to drill a hole through that. That'll go to the bottom of the car. Then I'll be able to snake both the brake lines up through here, over to this, and then over to where I'm running another T for the rear with a regulator valve, so I can have the correct flow of the fluids and all that goodness there, because I'm getting rid of all the ABS system in the car. It hasn't been hooked up in years. So I'm going to get going to drill that hole there and getting these brake lines through. I'll be right back. So I did drill this hole here, and I did not realize that it was going to come out right, can you see it right there? Right there. So I decided I'm going to go a different route. I'm going to have the rear brake lines come out right there. Then they're going to go to a brake regulator that I have, or I'm going to put over there. You can see they come here. So they come up the stock area. They're not hooked up to where they need to be, but they will be hooked up to there. Come bend over here and go right through that hole. Put a grommet in there and it'll be perfect. I also cut the hole for the shift cables. They'll be perfect and sit right on top of the transmission there. Be perfect operation, I think. Won't be in the way of anything. I'm just gonna, this is gonna be mounted up a little bit higher off the floor than it was. About the same as, like, you know, where it was mounted, which is right on top of that. This is a better view of the angle iron that I welded in for the pedal assemblies that I have over here. Not finished welding those in, but they are close to being done. Then I got a ball bearing, or a bearing, not a ball, well, it is a ball bearing. I got a bearing that I'm going to put over the steering shaft that is going to connect to the firewall, so this can't move around at all. I just got to work on getting that apart so I can slip a bearing over it. But this is a pretty major update. Pretty major update. This will be it for this video. Definitely gonna keep on trucking along. My goal is to get this ready for at least Low Show next year, so I got almost a year to get this done. There's a lot more to do. So wish me luck. And as always, let's freaking go, dude.